The cosmic clock is ticking, and we've already crossed into 2025, but there's something important that must be understood right now, something the Pleiadians have urgently called our attention to. Their message, long kept within the celestial realms, is now here to guide us through these critical times. We've entered a year of immense spiritual transformation, one that demands a level of awareness and alignment that many may not be prepared for. The Pleiadians, our cosmic allies, have sent a message that reaches deep into the heart of those who are ready to awaken to their true purpose. And the timing couldn't be more crucial, because the decisions made now will set the tone for everything to come. What they are revealing is not just a warning, but a call to action. This year holds a powerful energy that will either propel you forward or leave you stuck in the old patterns of the past. The Pleiadians want you to know that the next few weeks will be pivotal. Are you ready to harness the potential of 2025? Take a moment to affirm in the comments, "I am ready." But before we dive deeper, I have a quick request. Our spiritual messages have faced some challenges in reaching a wider audience, and we need your help. So please consider liking this video and subscribing to our channel. The universe has opened its doors, but it requires your awareness and willingness to step into a higher consciousness. The time to act is now, before tonight even, because once this energy is fully anchored, the shift will be irreversible. This is your moment. The Pleiadians' message is more urgent than ever. Will you listen? The hidden cosmic shift of 2025. There is a whisper in the universe, a hum of energy that we are just beginning to hear, but it's louder than ever before. It's a message from the Pleiadians, an ancient cosmic civilization that has watched over humanity for eons. Their message, one that has been growing stronger over time, carries an urgency unlike any we've felt before. 2025 isn't just another year. It's the moment when the veils between the known and the unknown begin to unravel, when hidden truths step into the light, demanding our attention. Imagine standing in a dark room, feeling your way around with outstretched hands. For years, we've lived in this shadowed space, groping for answers, fumbling through uncertainty. But now, the lights are slowly flickering on. The Pleiadians, like cosmic guides, are flicking the switch. They've been preparing us for this exact time, this exact moment. What we're witnessing now isn't just a shift in awareness. It's a profound revelation, an awakening to the truth that has long been concealed beneath layers of illusion. The warning they bring is not one of fear, but of responsibility. It's a call to those who are ready to see beyond the surface, to those who have been waiting for a sign, a deeper understanding. This is no longer a time for passivity, where we sit and watch the world spin around us. The Pleiadian message is clear. The time has come for those who can see, to act. Like the dawn breaking over the horizon, the light is here, but it requires our conscious decision to step into it. This is not just a new beginning. It is an invitation to uncover the mysteries that have been hidden from us for so long. As 2025 unfolds, we are standing on the edge of a revelation that will shake the foundations of everything we thought we knew. What the Pleiadians are urging us to recognize is not a singular event or a distant prophecy. It's the deep, interconnected truths of existence itself. The fabric of reality is about to be unveiled, and with it comes the realization that we are not separate from the cosmic flow. We are a part of it. The choices we make, the actions we take, will ripple out into the universe like pebbles dropped into a vast ocean. This is a time of awakening, not just for individuals, but for humanity as a collective. The energies now at play are calling us to step up, to stop looking for answers outside of ourselves, and to realize that the key to understanding the universe lies within. The Pleiadians aren't just offering advice, they are offering guidance that will shape the trajectory of our future. But only those who are open, who are willing to embrace the unknown, will fully grasp the depth of this message. What the Pleiadians are seeing for humanity in 2025. From the Pleiadian vantage point, humanity is standing at a precipice. This isn't a metaphorical cliff, but a real, energetic tipping point. The Pleiadians see what we cannot, the intricate threads that connect every moment, every decision, and every event in the vast web of existence. They see that the systems we have relied on for so long are unraveling, like a fraying rope that can no longer bear the weight it was once meant to carry. It's as if we've been driving a car with a slow leak in one of the tires. For years, we've kept going, patching up the leaks with temporary fixes. But now, the tire is on the verge of blowing. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, is forcing us to confront the truth. The old ways no longer work. The systems that we've relied on, social, political, economic, are reaching the end of their lifespan. They can no longer function as they once did. They were built on foundations of illusion, and as the veil lifts, they are crumbling under the weight of their own falsehoods. The Pleiadians, from their higher vantage point, see how all of these events are connected. The unraveling of these systems is not random. It's the result of humanity's collective choices over centuries. Just as a garden begins to wither when it's neglected, so too have the systems that govern us withered. The cosmic energies now swirling around Earth are amplifying this unraveling, revealing the threads that bind everything together. The Pleiadians urge us to understand that we are not passive observers in this cosmic play. We are active participants, each choice we make contributing to the unfolding drama of humanity's evolution. Imagine the universe as a vast web, with each person, each event, each decision forming an individual thread. When one thread is pulled, the entire web shifts. The Pleiadians are showing us that humanity's collective actions have far-reaching consequences, rippling through time and space. The interconnectedness of all things is no longer just a philosophical idea. It is a tangible reality that we are now beginning to witness. As we step into 2025, the consequences of our actions are becoming more visible, more immediate. This is a time where we can no longer ignore the impact of our choices. We are witnessing the slow, steady disintegration of the old. But within this process lies the potential for renewal. The Pleiadians are not merely warning us of the collapse of systems, they are also showing us the way forward. The unraveling is not the end. It is the beginning of something new, something more in alignment with the natural order of the cosmos. Like a tree shedding its leaves in preparation for new growth, humanity must shed the old ways of thinking and living in order to embrace a more enlightened future. But the question remains, are we ready to face this truth? Are we prepared to see the deep, interconnected nature of all things and take responsibility for our part in it? The Pleiadians are urging us to awaken to this reality, to step into the truth of our cosmic role. The energies at play in 2025 are like a magnifying glass, focusing the light on what was once hidden in the shadows. This is a time for revelation, and with it, a choice. We can continue to live in the old ways, pretending the cracks don't exist, or we can face the unraveling with courage, knowing that it's the first step towards something greater. The Pleiadians see the potential for humanity to move beyond the limitations of the past, But this will only happen if we choose to rise above the patterns that have held us captive for so long. The cosmic energies of 2025 are pushing us towards this choice, revealing the interconnectedness of everything, showing us that what happens on the individual level ripples out into the collective. The time for complacency is over. We stand at a crossroads where the direction we choose will determine the future of humanity. The Pleiadians' warning is not just about the collapse of systems, it's about the awakening of our collective consciousness, the recognition that we are all connected and that our actions today will shape the world of tomorrow. We have the power to choose the path of renewal, but it will require us to embrace the truth that has been hidden for so long. The universe is offering us the chance to see, to awaken, and to act. Your role in this cosmic unveiling. The universe is not a spectator sport. It's not something that happens to us, something we can merely observe from the sidelines. No, we are players on this vast cosmic stage, and right now, the Pleiadian message is calling us to take part in a grand unveiling, one that isn't happening far away in the stars, but right here, on Earth, in this very moment. This unveiling isn't a passive event, like watching the pages of a book turn. It's an active, dynamic process that demands our participation. In this moment, we're being invited to not just observe, but to play a key role in how this story unfolds. Imagine, if you will, standing in the middle of a crowded theater. The lights are dimming, the curtains are rising, and the audience is on the edge of their seats, waiting for the first act to begin. But here's the catch. You're not just a member of the audience. You are also one of the actors on stage. This cosmic unveiling, this shift that we're all experiencing, is not something that's happening around us. It's something that we are actively creating, shaping, and influencing with every thought, every action, every choice we make. The Pleiadian message is not one that is meant to be received passively, as though we were simply absorbing information. It's a call to arms, not of a violent kind, but of the spirit. It's a call to wake up, to stand tall, and to recognize that this moment is unlike any other in human history. The energy around us is changing, and with it, the very fabric of reality is shifting. The question is, will we rise to meet this new energy with the awareness and consciousness it demands? Or will we stay in the background, letting the world spin on without fully embracing our role in this cosmic dance? It's like being given a paintbrush at the beginning of a masterpiece and being asked, what will you create? In this moment, every person on Earth is holding that brush. We all have the power to shape the outcome of this grand cosmic unveiling. The Pleiadians are not simply handing us a guidebook for what will happen. Instead, they are offering us an invitation to step into the process, to play a part in the unfolding drama, and to make choices that will influence the final scene. Think of it like tending to a garden. The earth is rich with potential, but the gardener's hands are required to bring that potential into full bloom. Without the gardener, the seeds may never sprout. Without conscious care, the plants may not thrive. The same is true for us. The cosmic energies surrounding 2025 are fertile soil, and our conscious participation is the water and sunlight that will nourish the new growth. Without our conscious involvement, the garden of humanity's future may never bloom as it is meant to. The Pleiadians are calling for us to become aware of this moment. They are urging us to understand that what's unfolding around us is not some distant phenomenon. It is happening right here, right now, in our lives, in our hearts, and in our choices. Every moment is a brushstroke on the canvas of the future. Every thought is a seed planted in the fertile soil of the universe, and every action sends ripples through the fabric of reality. This is why the Pleiadian message isn't one of passive observation, but of active engagement. This call for participation is not limited to those who consider themselves spiritual or enlightened. It's a message for everyone, whether they've spent years meditating under the stars or are just beginning to ask questions about their purpose. Each of us, no matter where we are on our journey, has a part to play. The universe is a web of connections, and we are all threads in that web. Our individual actions may seem small, but together, they form the intricate patterns that shape the world around us. The choices you make today, no matter how simple or seemingly insignificant, contribute to the greater flow of energy. It's like a ripple in a pond. Each small pebble creates a wave that extends far beyond what we can see. But this isn't just about big grand gestures. It's about the everyday choices we make, the small moments when we decide to act with intention and awareness, when we choose kindness over anger, when we take a breath before reacting, when we embrace patience over frustration. We are contributing to the cosmic flow. We are helping to shape the world that is unfolding in front of us. The Pleiadians are urging us to make those choices with consciousness, to understand that even the smallest actions have an impact on the greater cosmic whole. Now, imagine you are holding a key. It's a key to a door that leads to an entirely new way of being. This door isn't far away, it's right in front of you, and the key is in your hands. But in order to open that door, you must turn the key. You must step forward and embrace the unknown. The Pleiadian message is telling us that the door is open, and the time to step through it is now. But in order to enter the new world, we must actively choose to walk through that door. No one else can do it for us. This message isn't about waiting for someone else to take the lead. It's about stepping into our own power and responsibility. It's like being handed the reins of a horse. If we don't take control, the horse will run wild. But if we hold the reins with purpose, if we guide the horse with intention, we can steer the course of our journey in the direction we wish to go. The Pleiadian message is a call for us to grab the reins of our own lives and steer them with conscious awareness. The energy of 2025 is not some abstract concept. It's here, right now, waiting for us to tap into it. It's a river flowing, and we are all in that river together. The Pleiadians are not saying, wait for the river to carry you. Instead, they are asking us to swim, to actively engage with the currents, to navigate the waters with awareness and purpose. We are not helpless passengers on a journey we don't control. We are the swimmers, and it is through our conscious participation that we shape the flow of the river. This cosmic unveiling, this grand moment of revelation, isn't happening to us. It is happening with us and through us. The Pleiadians are inviting us to step into our role as active participants, to be the gardeners who tend to the soil of the new world, to be the artists who paint the canvas of humanity's future. We are the actors on stage, and it's time to step forward, take our place, and play our part in the unfolding story of the universe. The danger of ignoring the Pleiadian warning. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a cliff, and the wind is picking up. You feel the pull of gravity beneath your feet, urging you to move forward. The sky above you is darkening, and there's an unmistakable tension in the air. You know you must decide whether to step back to safety or to venture forward into the unknown. This moment, this choice, will shape the course of your journey. To ignore the sense of urgency, to pretend the moment isn't significant, could have disastrous consequences. This is the situation humanity faces right now. The Pleiadian message comes with a deep sense of urgency, a warning that cannot be ignored. We are standing at a crossroads, and the choices we make today will echo through the days, months, and years to come. Ignoring the warning doesn't just mean missing out on an opportunity. It can lead to unintended consequences that we may not fully understand until it's too late. We are not being asked to look into a distant future and wonder what might come. This is about right now, the present moment, the choices we make with each passing second. It's about how we respond to the energy swirling around us today, in this very instant. Just like the tides of the ocean, every decision we make sends ripples out into the universe, and those ripples can return to us in unexpected ways. The Pleiadian warning is not some vague prophecy for a distant future. It's a present reality that demands our attention. Think of it as a seed being planted in the soil. If the seed is not cared for, it will not grow into a healthy plant. If the moment is not nurtured, if we do not recognize the power it holds, we may find that the future we were hoping for never comes to fruition. The danger of ignoring the present moment, of failing to recognize its significance, is that we could miss the opportunity to shape our own future. Like a gardener who neglects their plants, we could watch our world become overrun with weeds, unable to bear the fruit we desire. The Pleiadian message isn't about fear, it's about awareness. It's about recognizing that the choices we make today are like stepping stones that lead us to a new reality. Each small choice builds upon the last, creating a path that can either lead us toward greater harmony or deeper dissonance. The danger lies not in the choices themselves, but in our inability to see their importance. It's easy to think that one small decision doesn't matter, that it's insignificant in the grand scheme of things. But like a single thread in a vast tapestry, that one choice contributes to the whole. Each action, each thought, adds to the energy we are collectively creating. This is why ignoring the Pleiadian warning is so perilous. The stakes are high. We are not merely witnessing a shift, we are actively participating in it. The Pleiadians are asking us to understand the weight of this moment, to realize that we are not bystanders in this cosmic drama. We are the actors, the ones whose decisions determine the outcome. To ignore the power of our choices is to give away our agency, to allow the world to unfold without our conscious input. It's like standing on a raft in the middle of a river. The current is strong, and it's pulling you forward. You can choose to steer the raft, to guide it toward the shore, or you can let it drift aimlessly, at the mercy of the water. If you choose to ignore the current, if you fail to recognize the power of the river, you could be carried to a place you never intended to go. This is the danger of ignoring the warning now. If we do not take hold of the steering wheel, we risk being swept away by forces we don't fully understand. The Pleiadian warning speaks to this very reality. The cosmic energies in play right now are guiding us toward a new way of being. But if we do not actively participate, if we fail to align ourselves with this cosmic flow, we could find ourselves caught in the undertow of old patterns and outdated systems. Just as a ship that ignores the changing winds will be thrown off course, so too will humanity find itself adrift if it ignores the present moment's power. We must understand that this is not a shift happening in the future. It is happening now. Each decision we make, each thought we entertain, is contributing to the creation of a new reality. Ignoring the present moment is like ignoring the sun as it rises, thinking it will rise again tomorrow, but missing the opportunity to appreciate the warmth and light it brings right now. The danger of letting this moment slip away is that we may never get this chance again. The forces of change are not static, they are dynamic and ever-evolving. If we don't step into the flow now, it could be much harder to do so later. Imagine a river that has been dammed for years. The water behind the dam has built up, and the pressure is growing. At some point, if the dam is not opened, the pressure will cause it to break, flooding everything in its path. The Pleiadians are urging us to open the dam now, to release the energy in a controlled, conscious way before the flood comes. If we wait too long, we risk being overwhelmed by forces we are not prepared to handle. The beauty of this moment is that we still have the power to choose. The energy is here, ready for us to harness, but it requires our active participation. We can choose to step into alignment with the cosmic flow, to make decisions that are in harmony with the greater good, or we can continue to ignore the warning, allowing the consequences of our inaction to unfold in ways we may not fully comprehend until it's too late. This is why the Pleiadian message is not one of doom, but of empowerment. It is a call to wake up and realize that we are not helpless in the face of change. We are co-creators in this cosmic dance. The danger of ignoring the warning is not just about missing out on something better. It's about the potential harm that can come from choosing to remain asleep while the world around us shifts. It's about the unintended consequences of inaction, the ripple effects of choosing not to engage. Think of it as a car that's speeding toward a cliff. The driver can choose to steer the wheel, to slow down, to find a way around the danger. But if the driver ignores the warning signs, if they remain unaware of the impending danger, the consequences could be disastrous. The Pleiadian warning is like a signal, a flashing light telling us that we are approaching a crucial moment. The time to act is now, before the cliff looms too large and the choice to steer becomes impossible. In the end, the greatest danger of ignoring the Pleiadian warning is not that something terrible will happen, but that we will miss the opportunity to step into a higher reality, to align ourselves with the greater cosmic flow. This moment is pregnant with potential, and it is up to us to seize it, to recognize its significance, and to make the choices that will shape our tomorrow. The consequences of ignoring this moment may not be felt today, but they will ripple out into the future, affecting generations to come. The Pleiadians are not just offering a warning, they are offering a gift, the chance to actively participate in the creation of a new world. But that gift requires awareness and action. It requires us to see the power of the present moment and to step into it with consciousness. To ignore it would be to let this precious opportunity slip through our fingers, leaving us with the regret of what could have been. The time to act is now, and the choice is ours. A new lens, seeing the unseen forces at work. As humans, we tend to believe only what we can see, touch, and feel. Our world is filled with tangible realities, things we can measure, things that we can experience through our senses. However, just beyond this visible realm, there exists a world that is not always apparent to the eye. These unseen forces are constantly at work, shaping the very fabric of our existence, guiding us in ways we often fail to understand. Imagine being surrounded by the wind. We cannot see the wind itself, but we can feel it on our skin, hear it rustling through the trees, and see the leaves dancing in the breeze. Similarly, there are cosmic forces, both beneficial and challenging, that influence our lives, even when we cannot directly perceive them. These unseen forces are not necessarily good or bad in nature. Just like the wind, they have the power to bring change, to refresh, or to stir up chaos. These cosmic energies are interacting with Earth at this very moment, urging us towards spiritual growth, while also presenting obstacles that challenge our beliefs, values, and perceptions. They are like the tides in the ocean, sometimes calm and serene, other times fierce and unpredictable. The challenge is to navigate these unseen energies with awareness, recognizing their power while learning to harness them for our own growth. In 2025, we are entering a new phase of cosmic alignment, and the energies influencing our world are more pronounced than ever before. The subtle forces at play have the potential to either uplift or disrupt, depending on how we respond to them. These energies are like invisible threads that weave through the fabric of our lives, connecting us to each other and to the universe. The key is learning how to see and feel these threads, to understand that just because we cannot see something doesn't mean it isn't real. One way to tune into these unseen forces is through quiet observation and introspection. It's like tuning a radio to find the right frequency. At first, the static may seem overwhelming, but when we adjust our focus and center ourselves, we begin to hear the subtle signals of the universe. Meditation, mindfulness, and grounding practices allow us to attune ourselves to these energies, helping us to feel their presence and discern their purpose. Just as a musician listens for the notes in a piece of music, we can train our awareness to pick up on the patterns of cosmic energy around us. However, tuning into these unseen forces isn't always easy. Our minds, filled with distractions and fears, often make it difficult to hear the subtle whispers of the universe. It's like trying to hear the faint sound of a bell ringing in the distance, while a loud crowd cheers in the foreground. To truly listen to these forces, we must quiet the noise around us and within us. It requires patience and trust. Trust that the universe is speaking, and trust that we have the ability to understand its language. When we learn to tune into these cosmic forces, we begin to notice their patterns. We see how the energies shift and change, how certain moments in time feel more potent than others, and how we can use these energies to support our personal and collective growth. These forces are always moving, always shifting, and they are not bound by the constraints of time or space. They can be used to help us manifest our desires, to heal emotional wounds, and to align ourselves with our higher purpose. But just like the wind, they can also be challenging. They may bring up old patterns, fears, or limitations that we must face and transform in order to grow. The key is to approach these forces with awareness and balance. When we tap into them, we do so with an understanding that we are not at their mercy. We are not helpless passengers on a ship tossed about by the storm. We are the captains of our own journey, capable of steering the ship in the direction we choose. By understanding the forces at play and using them consciously, we can align ourselves with the flow of the universe rather than resist it. It's like a surfer riding the waves. By working with the waves rather than fighting them, we can glide toward our destination with ease. However, there is a temptation to fall into fear when we encounter the unknown. The fear-based narratives around us often paint a picture of impending doom, of forces beyond our control, threatening to overwhelm us. These stories can make us feel small and powerless, convincing us that we are victims of circumstances. But this is not the truth. The unseen forces are not here to harm us. They are here to help us evolve. Like the wind that shapes the mountains over time, these cosmic energies are shaping us into the beings we are meant to become. The key is to release the fear and embrace the unknown with trust and curiosity. The call to sovereignty, stepping into your true power. 2025 is a year of reclaiming personal sovereignty, a time for stepping into your true power and recognizing that you are not just a passive observer in this world. You are a co-creator of the reality you experience. Personal sovereignty is the ability to take responsibility for your own life, to align yourself with your higher purpose, and to recognize that you have the power to shape your destiny. This is especially important for those who have spent years living in the shadows of the old paradigm, following societal norms or suppressing their true essence. Now, the universe is calling us to step forward into our authentic power. Imagine a person who has been living under the weight of others' expectations, like a bird kept in a cage. For years, the bird has been conditioned to believe that it cannot fly, that it is not free. But now, the cage door is open, and the bird has a choice. It can stay inside, clinging to the old beliefs, or it can step out into the vast sky, embracing its wings and soaring to new heights. This is the invitation that 2025 brings. The cosmic energies are pushing us to break free from the confines of outdated paradigms, to recognize that we are not bound by the past or by limitations imposed by others. Personal sovereignty is not just about reclaiming individual freedom. It's about understanding that each of us is a powerful creator in the grand tapestry of the universe. Just as an artist paints a masterpiece, we are each creating the canvas of our lives with every thought, word, and action. Our choices matter. They shape the reality we experience, and they have a ripple effect on the world around us. Stepping into sovereignty means taking full responsibility for your life and your choices. It's about recognizing that you are the master of your own destiny, that you are not subject to fate or to the whims of others. The universe is not something separate from you. It is an extension of you. You are a co-creator with the divine, and you have the power to shape the world in accordance with your highest vision. In practical terms, this means making conscious choices that align with your true self. It means letting go of old patterns, beliefs, and attachments that no longer serve you. Just like a tree shedding its leaves in autumn, it's time to release what has outlived its purpose and make space for new growth. Personal sovereignty is about trusting yourself, trusting the process, and trusting that you are supported by the vast cosmic forces that are always at work on your behalf. This year, 2025, is a year of awakening, a year when the potential for personal transformation is immense. It is a time to embrace your sovereignty, to step into your power, and to co-create the world you want to see. The call is clear. Release the old, trust the unseen forces, and align with your higher purpose. The universe is waiting for you to take the reins and lead with confidence, for you are not just a passenger in this journey. You are the creator.